Hi everyone, Marilee here, just back from a swim, and I had some insights I wanted to share with you. I'm hanging out with my little mosquito stick. If you don't know about these, they're called Amazon lights, and the mosquitoes don't bite me and it smells good. So I think they've changed my relationship to being outside. Anyway, I wanted to share that. Today, September 9th, 2016, is a triple nine, and 2016 is a 9 year. So this day in particular is an incredibly powerful, focused, cosmic geometry spot to be able to go, I let that go for real. It's like, I'm done with that. And I wanted to pass that along because I know we've been releasing, we've been clearing. We're in the middle of two eclipses and a Mercury retrograde, and nobody really knows where anything is going because you can't right now. You can't. You have to have a lot of compassion for yourself and for others because many people get very reactionary when they can't control, when they can't get a fix on where are we going, what's happening. So everybody breathe more, ground more. We are waltzing through this or tripping through it or skipping through it in whatever fashion we are. And it's going to be able to enable us to lighten up a lot and be more enlightened. It's all about light, which is, of course, all about love. Today is really powerful because Jupiter leaves Virgo. He's been in there doing the job and doing the work for a whole year. And Jupiter moving into Libra, I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit and say it's much easier to dance the dance with Jupiter in Libra. Libra is about beauty and balance and fairness and peace, and in the highest vibration, it's absolutely about the greatest love is in the beauty. The lower frequency of Libra can get a little bit about indecisiveness or, the debate between, well, there's this way I could look at it, or then there's that way I could look at it. It's where indecision comes from because it's always about I need to look at both sides of it. We are evolving into a place where polarization has no place anymore. It's a third dimensional part of a patriarchal historical pattern that the world's been in for a long, long time. And we're right in the middle of a huge revolution that's raising consciousness, it's changing the playing field, and Jupiter moving into Libra is going to really help us in terms of justice and balance and fairness. And it's all about relationships and partnership. And relationships not just to people, but to places and things and habits and beliefs. So we have, as of today, a whole year of Jupiter being in Libra, and I think that we will find that there's a certain amount of relief involved in that. What else do I want to tell you about? When Jupiter goes into Libra, we're able to more redefine how we set up our relationships. While Jupiter's been in Virgo, it's all been about discerning what works and what doesn't work, and that's really turned into what's right and what's wrong. For a lot of people, it's turned into hypercriticism. It's either on another projection on another or towards self. I've had to work with that a lot this last year. 2016 has been like, wow, right? But it's very transformational. I get that out. Part of Virgo is the need for things to be perfect. So I'm not going to re-record this video. All flaws, all imperfections, here they are. No makeup, hair not brushed, out of Barton Springs, just wanting to share inspiration and love. And more than anything else today, encouragement to utilize this energy that's happening today. The weekend has a Pluto-Venus square in it, and we also have tomorrow the last of 3 Neptune-Saturn squares. So the Neptune-Saturn square started in November of 2015. And let's just look at it this way. Saturn is about what's solid. It's about what's real. It's about what you can touch and you can feel. And it's about structure and manifestation and boundaries and authority. Neptune dissolves all of that. That's why Neptune rules the ocean. It's like I go everywhere. And Neptune is about higher states of consciousness, altered states of consciousness. In some of those places where some of us meditate and we get into that completely aligned, beautiful place, that's Neptune energy. It's Neptunian, but of the higher frequency. Many of us want to alter our state of consciousness, and you could also do that with drugs and alcohol and shopping and binge watching TV, which I've done all of that. You know, it's like, it's not about judgment or right or wrong. It's, but if you want to raise your frequency, you have to do the things that actually contribute to your growth and your evolution, because the universe is always growing, it's always changing, and it supports always the evolution of making choices and doing things that take you outside your comfort zone. It's just the way that it works. We need our comfort zones a little bit here and there, you know, but it used to be that you'd have them for really long periods of time, and then it would be like, okay, it's time to really kind of stretch and grow again. Now it's like, breathe, grow again, take a rest, grow again, take a rest. And it's escalated so much, everything is sped up, that a lot of people are saying, when do I get to take a break? Well, Jupiter moving into Libra kind of actually takes these choppy waters that we've all been surfing and smooths them out. It calms it down a little bit. And that can help a lot with this last Neptune-Saturn square that we are experiencing right now, and it's exact tomorrow. Neptune and Saturn are a funny mix because they're like two completely different kinds of energy, but they're perfect for manifestation. If you think about it, Neptune is the imagination. Neptune is Walt Disney, you know, taking something out of his mind and putting it on paper and actually turning into this incredible thing that everybody benefits from, you know. So manifesting out of imagination takes structure. It takes making it real. And the Neptune-Saturn square, thank you, Stephanie, for this, is like a stepping stone that you can use based on all your past experience and what you've learned to step up your game, or to step up to the challenge of what's going on, and pour more love into it. Allow your inspiration, allow your imagination to tell you, look, this is what I really want to do with the rest of my life. And then Saturn can help you figure out how to build structures that support that. So it's a very, very, very powerful time. I did mention that Venus is squaring Pluto this weekend, and I think Mars is also creating a stepping stone square to Mercury, which is retrograde. So there's intensity to this weekend, but it's also magical. There's always magic available in these intense moments. But if you get pulled into any kind of polarity of there's that side and then there's my truth and you're right and I'm wrong, or I'm right and you're wrong, recognize that you can take that polarity and turn it into a bridge where you can see both sides of the view, and then the bridge becomes like my stick. You know, it's like there's this end and then there's this end, which is on fire right now, and you know, it's connected. It's a bridge. I can go back and forth. And that's part of the new way that Jupiter moving into Libra and this whole Aquarian age that we're working on, as we leave the patriarchal hierarchy of, you know, who's above who else, and everything becomes an equal playing field. So there's big, big pictures that are in play right now. But I want you to hear this, that for the last year, this Jupiter in Virgo has been all about discernment, so that you could figure out what works and doesn't work. Let the judgments go today. Let the criticisms go today. And move forward with the vision of something that you have been able to hear, see, taste, or touch, because you were willing to look at what didn't work or what isn't working and course correct. And the course corrections aren't finished at all right now, but this is going to ease things up. And once the sun moves into Jupiter and all of this starts to happen, October is going to be a little bit easier. Believe me, by the second week, by the end of the first week of October, the eclipses will be washed out. The effects are still around, but the intensity of this sideways elevator, we don't know where we're going thing, will will have eased up. Mercury will be direct, and we will be moving forward from a different place. So I encourage you to utilize these energies and take this weekend. Make sure that you're being very compassionate and kind to yourself. And if you're going to project anything to someone else, let it be love. Otherwise, leave them alone. Take care. Big love. Talk to you soon.